Hi, I'm Lewis Moody, and look out for my interview on Verge magazine.
Lewis, tell me about your first experience of American football today.
Mate, it was absolutely class. I loved it. I was very nervous coming in. You know, I've been 7 years retired from playing professional sport, but to have the opportunity to come here with the Jags, through the Jags, was just remarkable. I mean, so much fun. You know, feeling like a total, duck out of water. It was like, what is going on? But just trying to get into it and throw myself around, and not quite understanding the technicalities or they don't take the guys to ground, which I'm learning slowly.
I saw a few tackles flying.
Yeah, I'm learning, so I can only apologise to the guys that I did tackle. But everyone's thankfully been very kind and supportive, and pointed me in the right direction. Brilliant. And put up with the fact that I know nothing.
And how does it compare to rugby? I suppose you kind of touched on that already with tackling is a bit different.
Yeah, no, I think the basics are very similar. You've got to be able to catch, you've got to be able to tackle, and you've got to have explosive power, speed, and agility. The technical side is completely different. It's that I really struggled with and didn't understand going into it. And you're learning and picking up along the way. It's like being at school. It's really cool. But there are enough, I think, similarities that is the reason we see the Dallas Cowboys going after Joan Lomu back in the '95 World Cup, and the Bills now having Christian Wade, the latest crossover. So you got Alex Gray and guys playing out there. But to have Tony Boselli and Mark Brunel here, having grown up watching the NFL,
legends,
and for the guys that are out here, the amateurs that play the game in the UK, to be listening to feedback from those boys, it's just a unique experience. They'll be able to take that back to their clubs. I can't speak highly enough of the day and the opportunity.
Yeah, you've touched on it there, but I was going to say, what do you think of the opportunities like this for the UK players, amateur players? I mean, it's such a huge help to them.
It is, and I think the Jags, obviously are the only team that have a franchise based here, an office based here. They've played the most games in the UK, and they invest so much in developing the game here that you can feel the energy. Was it 115, 120 people here playing, men and women? You infect them with that enthusiasm for the Jags and the NFL. They go back and infect, another 50, 60 guys back in their club. The game spreading, the development spreading, the enjoyment, the quality, everything gets better. And then when you go down the stadiums and you see the games, I went and saw the Vikings beat the Browns at Twickenham last year, obviously my home ground, Twickenham. But it was an awesome experience, and hats off. I feel very humble, I think is the right word, that I've had the privilege of wearing the helmet with the colours on. I hope that I've given it the respect that it deserves, because I totally appreciate that someone else should be wearing it, not me. I feel like I need to give it to someone else because these guys have done it for so long. But the opportunity today that the Jags have provided, a lifetime desire, achievement, and I've had an absolute ball. It's been wicked.
Your enthusiasm has been amazing. Has it met your expectations, the academy?
I think it's exceeded it. The coaches have been so friendly and so engaging, and the players have been brilliant as well. They've just, they must be looking at, who is this bloke? He has what is he doing? Why is he over there? And I have no idea, but thankfully they're putting up with it and moving me around, and I'm trying to get to grips with it. And I missed one play that I should have got. I did make a tackle, which I was delighted about. But life's an experience, right? You put yourself out there and you enjoy things. And for me to do something that I've always watched and loved as a kid, and albeit at 41, probably would have liked to have done it at 31. But my legs are still moving, man. I'm still enjoying it, and that's the good thing.
And how much do you enjoy the sport as a spectator? Obviously, you mentioned you've been to Twickenham, but are you looking to go to more games?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'd love to see more games. I really want to see the Bears. They're coming over soon. I'll be fighting tooth and nail to get tickets to that.
Brilliant.
At the Hotspurs ground.
And what do you think of the Jaguars' commitment to the UK?
I don't think there's anything like it out there. In terms of the NFL franchises, these guys lead the way, and they're imbuing and infusing, a new generation of youngsters, youngsters and oldies, like myself. I still think I'm young enough, with the passion of the game, so that we can go out and spread the word and the love of it. There's so many people in this country that enjoy American football, as you see every year when the teams come over and play. So
it's growing and growing over here.
Oh, it is.
It's huge.
And you've got to take your hats off to to the Jags for providing this academy an opportunity like no other.
And switching on to rugby, what would be your highlight? So is winning the World Cup?
Yeah, well, 100%. I mean, I was 24 when we won the World Cup, and it seems like a lifetime ago now. But a lot of the experiences that you get when you play are not the ones that people think. Yes, it's great winning the trophies, but the games that you win on dark and cold and wet winter's nights in Ireland against Munster, there's nothing necessarily riding on it other than the fact that Munster have never lost at home, so you want to go and take that record, and everyone's written you off because we played Munster away, and it was their last game at Tormund Park, and we were supposed to get absolutely to have the floor wiped with us, but we went out and won it, and sitting in those changing rooms afterwards and smiling and sharing a beer with the lads are the moments you remember. But contact sport's unique, so in American football and rugby you can't explain it unless you've done it, because it creates a bond like no other. Even meeting guys here for the first time today that I've never met, never played with, just a uniqueness. You suddenly got a closeness. One guy puts in an awesome hit, you give him a slap on the back, pat on the back, man, and you're there with him. And that's why sports like American football or rugby is so great. They fill people with enthusiasm and energy, and like nothing else.
Amazing. And what would be your top 5 tips for students who want to become professional athletes or professional rugby players?
Top 5 tips. Just be committed to it. Believe in yourself as well. You have to have an undeniable belief in your own ability, and ultimately you will realise whether you're going to make it to the top or not. But if you believe in yourself and you push yourself, and you're strict enough and rigid enough and committed to training and rehab, and rehab's the most annoying part of the journey. The journey is like a roller coaster. There'll be highs, there'll be lows, and I experienced both. And you've got to be able to get through those lows. Some people see them as barriers. You've got to see them as hurdles. You just got to get over them, whether it's injury, form, defeats, whatever, and keep progressing. And you want no regrets when you get to a certain age, to at least know you've given it everything you can and reach the level that you wanted to. So for me, it would just be commit yourself to it and believe.
Brilliant. And then lastly, what hobbies do you like outside of rugby?
Apart from American football.
Apart from American football.
Wakeboarding. So.
Okay.
Although I spent most of my formative years in Leicester, which is essentially landlocked, we had a lake in Leicester, and a Kiwi player called Josh Cromfeld came over, who's one of the world's best sevens at the time, and he was into wakeboarding, so we used to go down sort of twice a week, wakeboard and get off the ramps and stuff. So although I haven't done that for a long time now, my other hobbies are watching my kids play sport.
Wicked.
Boys that play football, cricket, rugby, so my weekends are now watching them. Although they are very excited that I'm here playing American football, especially
be one of their new sports.
Yeah, I love that.
Sweet, brilliant.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Nice one.
Take it easy.